Om Jnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. The essence of initiation is to accept oneself as Krishna Das Anudas Anudas, the servant of the servant of the servant of Krishna. And transcendental knowledge means to understand this point, that I am the servant of the servant of the servant of the servant of Krishna, to understand this point in all its details. And the actual expression of that knowledge, or manifestation of that knowledge, is to act on the platform of Krishna Das. So sometimes it's said that the ceremony is a formality. That doesn't mean that it's not important. Essential is the commitment to serve Krishna, to take to the path of serving Krishna through the parampara. But the formality of this ceremony, the formal giving of one's commitment, that is also important. In this ceremony one promises, in the presence of the Supreme Lord and His representatives and the Vaishnavas, to make this commitment. Unless and until it's formally made, that the commitment may not be very solid. Unless and until the promise is made, it's not a full commitment. Unless and until the promise is formally made, it's not a full commitment. So this is the formalization of the process which is already going on, and which will continue after the ceremony, of receiving transcendental knowledge and being trained to act on that platform. So this is the Diksha ceremony, but actually the Diksha begins with even before the ceremony, with the commitment to serve Krishna. And it continues after the ceremony, with the ever deepening of that commitment. So, there is a difference between initiated and non-initiated. As Prabhupada explained very simply, that those who are initiated, they are authorized, and those who are not initiated, they are not authorized. It could be a rough example, it could be compared to like the cadet, they're training in the police school, and when they're fully trained, then they're formally inducted as a policeman. Now, without taking that initial training, they can't be inducted as a policeman. But having been inducted, it doesn't mean that they know everything. And they actually have to act as a policeman to be recognized as a policeman. So this Diksha, it means entering into Krishna's family. It means being recognized by Krishna. Just like the policeman, when he's inducted, he's recognized. The government recognizes, yes, he's authorized to act as a policeman. So Krishna recognizes one who is initiated, that he is part of my internal group. Dika kale bhakta kare attasamarpan, shei kale Krishna tare kare attasam. At the time of initiation, a devotee surrenders himself to Krishna. And Krishna recognizes that this person is as good as me. He's part of my entourage. So this is actually the essence of initiation, the attitude of surrender to Krishna. Now, of course, this initiation, it means initiation by a guru. So that is the system that Krishna has given. That one has to approach him through his devotees. It is not that we can go directly to Krishna, even though Krishna is the Pita Hamasya Jagato Mata Dhata Pitamaha. He's the father and the mother and the supporter of everyone. But Krishna has a very big family, so in the big family it's a very big family, it consists of every being in existence. So there's some organization within that family also. Though Krishna is our very nearest and our very dearest, we have to approach him through the parampara system. And of course we're very fortunate to do so. Brahmanda Brahmite Kono Bhagyavanji Guru Krishna Prasade Pai Bhakti Lata Bij. Out of all the unlimited jivas floating within this universe, some fortunate ones may by the mercy of Guru and Krishna get the seed of the creeper of devotional service. What to speak of all the unlimited jivas within the universe? Out of all the jivas in Czech Republic, only very few are fortunate at this time to come to this path of Krishna Bhakti. Those who are very sincere on receiving the messages of Krishna, they become inspired to practice that seriously in their lives. So Krishna, recognizing the sincerity of a conditioned soul to seek him out, guides him to the path whereby he can accept a guru in Krishna consciousness. Thus, by the mercy of Krishna, one gets guru. And guru guides how we can come to Krishna. So this is the meaning of initiation, to accept with all seriousness the guidance of guru on the path to Krishna, the path back home, back to Godhead. So we should always remember how extremely fortunate we are to take to this path, to be accepted in this path. And having come this far along the path, this commitment is that we shall never go back. We shall keep on going under the shade of the lotus feet of Guru all the way to Krishna by his grace, by the grace of all the Vaishnavas. We should consider how serious is this commitment. The modern age is one of increasing irresponsibility. One devotee was telling me that when he met one elderly estate agent or land broker, property broker, and he said the land broker told him that 50 years ago, when I started doing this business, I would bring the two parties together. They would shake hands, and that would be it. There was no need of any paperwork. Handshake, that means the deal is finished. One person has given his word, I will give you this much money, and the other one has given his word, I will give you the land, and that's it. That's it. But nowadays, you can't imagine having any land deal without having an elaborate legal document, which is all the terms and conditions are explicitly given, because it's expected that if you don't, then the other person will cheat you. A symptom of the progress, as it's called, of Kali Yuga, it's not really progress, but the ongoing of Kali Yuga, is that people make promises and they don't keep them. And they don't care about keeping them. They don't care about breaking the promise. People get married, they make a commitment, and after some time they say, divorce. No one can trust anyone else. The father can't trust the son can't trust the father. So it's a great commitment to commit that we shall follow these principles and dedicate our life to Krishna throughout life and, if necessary, life after life. So we should reflect on what is the nature of that commitment. Guru means heavy. Heavy with knowledge, heavy with commitment to Krishna. And Shishya means, it's both in Sanskritam and in English and probably in Czech also. It's the same related root, that the word disciple is connected with discipline. Shishya comes from shash, the shishya, shashan, discipline. So the disciple is making a commitment to accept the discipline of the Guru. And it is understood that is heavy. Now it's very common in the modern age that people who make some commitment, if they find it a little troublesome, then they give it up. In other words, it's not a commitment at all if they're at all ready to give it up. So commitment means that we've given our word that we shall adhere to this even in great difficulty. It is not to be given up whimsically. Of course, some persons, even after going through the formality of initiation, they renege on their vows, but this is not pleasing to Krishna. It is not auspicious. It is not proper. So it's understood that on the path towards Krishna there will be many tests. But this formal acceptance of commitment means that we are prepared to go through all those tests. We are not going to go away from the path of Krishna consciousness because it becomes difficult. And also, accepting Guru means that we accept the means to overcome all those difficulties. We are not alone. That there is no difficulty that we cannot overcome without if we take the help of Guru and Vaishnavas. That is a wonderful gift of Srila Prabhupada, that we have not only our own personal Guru, but so many Gurus. All the Vaishnavas are Gurus, those who are actually following strictly. They can help us to also follow. So this initiation is initiation into Krishna's family and into Srila Prabhupada's family. So let us make our genuine commitment to be worthy members of this wonderful Vaishnava family. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna. Just sit here. Sit a little bit closer because my arm's not so long. So what are the 4 regulated principles? And minimum how many rounds to be chanted every day? Right. So your name is Gadadha Das. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. It's a well-known name. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhaktivinoda. Gadadhar actually means the holder of the club. So it's a name for Lord Krishna, Lord Balaram, Lord Vishnu, and also for Gadadhar Pandit, who, because in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Leela, many of the devotees, they mostly have names of Krishna or Vishnu, or some of demigods also. Gadadhar Pandit is there in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Leela. Also Gadadhar Das, who is also a prominent follower of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Please sit just here. Yeah. Cross your legs like this. And sit like this. Yeah. Please say the 4 regulated principles. Alright. And how many rounds of the Maha Mantra are to be chanted every day? Alright. Your name is Hladini Shakti Devidasi. Krishna is always happy. Why? Because Radharani is always giving him happiness. Hladini Shakti is a name for Srimati Radharani. It means that she is the pleasure potency of Lord Krishna. Hare Krishna.